And I think that that's one of the things that's also when you don't have like a full view of events that have happened within a culture within a city. I think one of the things that's also difficult to really understand is the certain people in during their 20s where, okay, if you can just keep this person free to keep the bandwidth to keep doing this, he in a position where he can take it there. And if he get there, like the door gonna open and a lot of people can go behind him. And it's been a few people where I've seen that, where it's like, damn, I ain't never even, like, it was times where I was putting out things and real early on I learned about I was on Tumblr in like 2012, 2013. And I had SoundCloud. And so the way I was getting music heard a lot was just sending out messages. Me and my homie Buddy, he had built a studio. I had quit my job. I was just staying at the crib. We was making music. I would just be spamming messages, on Tumblr. And I send out maybe like 500 messages a day on Tumblr. And maybe you only get 20% of people that respond back and maybe only 10% of them listen. But it was enough people where they was listening to the music. We would get people responding back with messages, more people following on Tumblr. And it was the first time I really got a taste of validation and a taste of people listening to the music and people sharing the music and putting it on their Tumblr. And so early, go ahead.
Like, bro, not to cut you off, bro, but you're saying something that's so important, bro. When you rap good and you did the grind of hand-to-handing or digitally hand it, bro, it's like, we talk about that 1%, bro. Like, people don't understand what it's like to rap good and solicit people to listen to your shit. Right. And they be like, yo, this shit's fire.
Yeah, it's a crazy experience,
like, that's like, you don't get that from anywhere. I don't get that from anywhere else in my sphere of doing shit, like, niggas don't understand what it's like to rap well, go print a CD and pass them out,
and get somebody to come back and be like,
yo, that shit was hot, bro.
Like they can tell you lyrics and tell you certain songs.
Like, that shit is crazy, dog.
And it's one of those things where, and it, again, back to what we talking about, like the different levels of things where, and also I always talk about how important time and chance is with everything. And so it's a certain amount of people who they're never going to do anything different than somebody else, but they're just going to have different results because they live in a city that's got 5 million people in it, and you live in a city that's got like 5,000 people in it, and so y'all can go get the same expertise, the same thing, but unless you leave this city with 5,000 people and everything that you know to go to a city with 5 million people, these steps that you take and not gonna reap those results back on certain levels. However, if you do those same things, you will have some of those same experiences where you'll get people that's listening to your music in the place that you from and in the city that you from. You'll have the experience, and everybody hasn't had this, but like you'll have the experience where when you with your friends, y'all listen to y'all music. When somebody come around, y'all play y'all music. Every different people, they go with somebody else and they play one of your songs. Somebody you never met before has heard one of your songs and likes your songs. And again, that goes back to the thing where the majority of people who ever even record music, sometimes they can't get their friends to even listen to it, or they don't ever let their friends hear it.
When I first started rapping, or really like trying to rap when I was in college. I went to Alabama State for my first 2 years, and outside of it being just a culture shock as somebody who like predominantly went to majority white schools growing up, and then going to a HBCU, and so like in the dirty South at that, like Alabama State is in Montgomery, Alabama, bro. Like, it's a different culture down there completely. And then you got kids from Atlanta, Chicago, all these southern cities I never heard of coming there and shit. And I remember like being a super hip hop head, like going into it, like obviously super crazy hip hop head, and then starting to try to rap. And one of my homies, he was like, I was asking him, like, just getting his feedback on it, and I was like, yeah, bro, like, I don't know. Like, he was like, bro, there's a lot of people who don't know how to rap, who don't know what they're doing, and there's a lot of people who do, and you know what you're doing.
Right.
And so, to your point of, like, there's a lot of people who will make a song and don't get any feedback. it's just it's like a community of people who like know the process of making a song and walking through Target and a nigga being like, hey dog,
Yeah, right.
did you make that one shit?
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, I don't know, man. It's a so being in 30s is like, why would I not want to do that, bro?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
And
even if